Talking Through Your Kick is the show. Let's Get Social is the segment. We now go to our social media segment because you young dudes are very hip into that sort of, and the old blokes like me would just use a telephone. But puntersparadise.com.au is our website partner, and this is from Saturday. Luke Oliver, trainer of Starlani, seemingly very confident about the chances of Starlani in the second, only to be overshadowed by Mick Price when Mick said his horse Love You Madly would beat Starlani. That's from Ignition on our forum posts. And Nick, it was Starlani that got the chocolates, but only just.
Well, if you follow both trainers on Twitter, and they're both fantastic trainers, it's a moral quinella because they beat the third-placed horse by a couple of lengths. So both trainers, great to see, giving the punters an honest insight into the stable.
And do you find that that's generally what happens? I mean, I know a lot of trainers are now doing that and they've got people representing them. They don't often say this horse has no chance. They just say good luck and do your best. But how often do they actually send one out that's a declaration?
Absolutely. Every time you see a trainer give a good push, they either win or run very well, and that's exactly what's happened here. And it's great for business. I mean, it's great for horse racing, for punters to be able to just follow trainers and not necessarily have to have a share with the horse, but down the track you might say, well, hang on, this trainer's been good to me. One day I'd love to have a horse with them. So it really is win-win for everyone.
So who's the best then? Who's the best to follow?
The best to follow? Well, obviously Brent Zarafa, but very few of his tweets are actually horse racing related. But if you do want to know the hot spots of Sydney, here's your man.
Gay Waterhouse, she gives you a few good tips too, doesn't she?
She tips a dead heat, a triple dead heat if she's got 3 in it. Here's one from The Professional, and this is one I'm going to throw to you, Brent, because you've got a race in mind. Personally, I'd like to see more serious discussions and lengthy sections on racing topics on the show. For example, how to do a video review, go through it in detail, show an example of a race and how the experts do it. So we're going to go to race 4 in Sydney, the Woolworths Handicap. It was the 2-year-old race.
The time-honoured.
And you're going to tell me the reason why you are going to use this race as a real signature video review race. Why?
Well, going forward, the winner, Norzita's obviously got plenty of ability, so we'll benchmark her as a good horse.
And why, though? Because she did what?
Well, she come from Gosford, a maiden. She did a lot wrong on debut. Then she moved up to a Saturday grade race and sat wide. She raced a little bit green, powered away at the finish and looked to have plenty up her sleeve. Since then, Connections, Bart Cummings and Glyn Schofield have said this horse goes very, very well.
So she wins, and you can see the interference at around about the 200. We'll show you the head-on so you get a bit more of an idea. But you've told me that this is where the video review takes pride of place, not with the winner, but with the race itself.
Well, everyone's seen the winner. There's been in the press. We've been speaking about Norzita. Everyone talks about her going forward. So bookmakers, punters, everyone's looking at that horse. But to get your value, you've got to look then away from the winner. And Seaside obviously was very impressive at Canterbury. She's going to be not long odds the next time she goes.
She got smashed there and she didn't want to stretch out,
She certainly did. But then you look at the replay, you'll see horses like Clever Boy, you'll see also like Grand Business on a given day. They weren't disgraced behind a very good horse. If they're well placed going forward, Clever Boy stepping up maybe to 1,500, 1,400.
Midweek, that sort of thing.
Yeah, even a Saturday grade race, I think he's a sort of a 2-year-old who will get better over distance. I think there's certainly merit in you looking at the horses behind a good horse.
Okay, so the advantage there, The Professional, is that sometimes you can see more than one winner out of a race. People talk about video to pick up one winner. You might get 4 or 5. And Nick and Michael, you'd probably see the same sort of thing plenty of times in Melbourne as well.
Absolutely. Often when you do see a winner and they win impressively, it can be the horses behind them that you can follow and really make a lot of money out of. How many times do you watch a race early in the Spring Carnival and then, 4 months later you can look back and just about every horse from the race has come out and won or subsequently gone on to bigger and better things. So that's the key. And in the upcoming month, probably 2 months, that's the most important thing, when horses might be resuming from a spell, taking on horses that are rock hard fit, and they're probably having their grand final on the day. There's not a lot of point following the winner and maybe even the place getters, but the horses that really savage the line are the ones that can make you some money going forward.
But you weren't too happy with Gossip Girl, and neither was theprofits.com.au, who tweeted Wallace went far too hard on Gossip Girl, faded in the final 200. I actually thought it wasn't a bad run, even though...
No, I disagree with that too.
Okay, righto. Quinny could have given it a better ride. Go. Why?
She might be over the top, Gossip Girl. She's been up for a while. She's had a fantastic campaign. She did look very hard to beat in that race, and I think a lot of people liked her because they thought she might get an easy time in front. Might have gone a little bit hard, yes.
So you're saying pilot error as well?
No, might have, no. I was going to say.
Now you're on the fence.
Sorry for speaking while you're interrupting. I was going to say might have gone a little bit hard, but she was also disappointing, and I think it was the horse that let punters down as opposed to the jockey.
Been up for a while. She's only had 4 starts from a spell after 6 months off.
Oh, but they've been hard runs though.
Michael, and you talking through your kick, no doubt.
Yeah, well, I disagree. I thought the ride was okay. I thought she had every chance, and I was on it. So I just thought she was disappointing in the straight. And I think that was a race where there was another horse that broke down as well in the run, wasn't there? So she might have got left in front a little early, but, you know, I don't think that was really the jockey's fault. As I mentioned earlier, I thought maybe there was a little bit of pilot error with Canali, but again, probably wouldn't have beaten the winner. And as Brent said, for horses going forward, have a look at that beat and run. You might be able to butter up in the next couple of weeks.
OK, Cold Steel Run, I think the horse was that broke down. One thing that won't disappoint you is the new Punters Paradise app. It is the most downloaded form guide app in the history of Apple in the last couple of months. Have a look at this. You just simply go through the app. It's got all the form, all the history, and it's an in-depth form each and every race day. You can actually get the closest race course to where you're actually located to. Plenty of odds as well, and you get the latest news and results from the stats, the form, and all the info on all of the horses. The Punters Paradise app. Download it now at the Apple Store. Let's take a break here on Talking Through Your Kick. Plenty more to come.